Story. Rabbi Zev Kitzis was one of the pupils, the followers of the Baal Shem Tov. He himself was a very holy person. He had a daughter, and his daughter was getting older. She was like already in her 20s. In those days, it was considered to be old. And Zev Kitzis wasn't looking around to get her married because he didn't have any money. You have to usually provide a dowry for her to get married. So the Baal Shem Tov called Zev Kitzis one day, and there was standing in the Baal Shem Tov's room a shadchan, a matchmaker. And he said to Reb Zev Kitzis, I want you to meet this matchmaker. Hello, matchmaker, this is Rabbi Zev Kitzis. He's going to present you with a list of families. You choose the family. All these families have eligible daughters to get married. Eligible sons to get married. You choose which family you would like to, that your daughter should meet with and to decide if they want to get married. So he said, but I haven't got any money. Baal Shem Tov, don't worry about it. And so he looks and sees there's a list of the richest people in the whole area. Richest people, fantastically rich. And he says, these people are all very rich people. They're already, high society. I'm just a simple guy. I live in a rundown house, one room. I haven't got enough money to buy shoes. I can't get married. Baal Shem Tov says, listen, you don't worry. You just do what I say. Pick a family. So he says, okay, picks this family. He says, okay, good. The matchmaker goes. He says, come back tomorrow. We'll see. He comes back the next day. Reb Zev Kitzis, there's the matchmaker standing there. Says, I went to the family and I spoke to them and they agree. So how could they agree? They know I haven't got any money. I just said one of the prize pupils of the Baal Shem Tov. Once they said, Baal Shem Tov is a pupil too. You would marry my son. She would marry as a daughter to marry my son. We would be so pleased to be in that family. They didn't even ask what your name is. They didn't ask anything. They just trusted me 100%. So afterwards, I told them your name and everything. They don't care. Yes, of course. It doesn't make any difference what the pupil's name is. We want. Oh, by the way, I didn't do something today. We didn't give charity. I made classes. So let's give charity. Charity saves from death. Charity should have given that at the beginning of the class, and I didn't do it. Here we go. Charity. And so, sure enough, the agreement is made. The family, the head of the family, the rich family, he meets up with Zev Kitzis, and they shake hands. And the daughter meets the boy. His daughter meets the boy of the rich people, and they agree. They'll get married. And in those days, there weren't so many preliminaries. There weren't preliminaries. Both of them really believed in God, believed in the Torah. As that was pretty much the criteria, except the people had to be normal. Anyway, so that's it. They made the agreement. Now, according to this agreement, Reb Zev Kitzis, he has to send a present to the groom. That's the way it was. The bride would send a present. What type of present is going to send? He says, here you got to send. You can't send just a watch or something like that. You have to send a big present, like 1,000 rubles or something like that. And not only that, you have to participate in the wedding. You have to pay part of the wedding and everything like that. So 1,000 rubles yesterday. What's he got 1,000 rubles? He doesn't get even a half a ruble. He has nothing. So he comes to the Baal Shem Tov and he says, Baal Shem Tov, I have to send 1,000 rubles to this family. The Baal Shem Tov says, don't worry about it. And so he doesn't worry. After a week, they get a letter. We're waiting for the money to arrive. Is there some sort of a problem? Can we help? Goes to the Baal Shem Tov. What am I going to do? Don't worry about it. Passes 2 more weeks, and it gets another letter. So we don't understand. We've been waiting for 3 weeks. We had an agreement. You're supposed to give 1,000 rubles for the dowry, them and the wedding. Why isn't it arriving? Why haven't at least you send us an explanation? Get it? So he goes to the Baal Shem Tov and says, what am I going to do? The Baal Shem Tov says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Comes after another week and says, that's it. It's off. The person says, the rich guy says, that's it. The marriage is off. We don't want to do it. This is turn this insult to us. Why are you not answering us? We've sent messengers over there. We understand there's no problem with health, no problem with anything. We understand that you want to break it off, and that's it. So he goes to the Baal Shem Tov and says, what am I going to do? They want to break the thing off. I didn't think it was a good idea. Baal Shem Tov says, listen, you don't worry. You tell them to come in 10 days. In 10 days, you come, they tell them the date, come over here and it'll be all right. No, what's Baal Shem Tov said, don't worry. No, 10 days later, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. 9 days later, nothing happens. And Reb Zev Kitzis is all worried what's going to be. But comes the 10th day, and he's walking to the Baal Shem Tov's house, right, to meet this other couple, right, to meet the family of the. And the Baal Shem Tov goes, he's on the way to the Baal Shem Tov's house. And as he's walking to the Baal Shem Tov's house, as there he meets someone walking feverishly, asking people, can you tell me where the Baal Shem Tov lives, where the Baal Shem Tov lives? The person is impatient. And this Zev Kitzis says, I'm walking there, you can come with me. So as they're walking to the Baal Shem Tov's house, so he asks, can I ask you why you want to go to the Baal Shem Tov? He says, well, I just wanted to go for a blessing. I wanted to go to a blessing. So he said, okay, no problem. You go to the Baal Shem Tov, get in there. And the Baal Shem Tov said to Zev Kitzis, please stand aside. What do you want to, He said, I just came for a blessing. The Baal Shem Tov, that's the only reason you came? He said, yeah, I just, I heard you're a great man and I just wanted a blessing. The Baal Shem Tov said, well, maybe, do you remember a story that happened about 10 years ago when you were in the forest? 10 years ago. Remember? With the driver of your wagon? He says, wait, you're right. You're right. No, tell the story. The whole thing's coming back to me. I remember it now. I was in the forest. I'm a rich man. I work in diamonds, and my work is a very dangerous work. That's why I'm so rich. And I would buy very cheap, and I would sell. And I have a carriage. I would drive in my carriage. In the carriage, I have a driver, very strong guy, very, very, good. He's my guard. And we would go through these weird ways through the forest that nobody would catch us. Anyway, one time we were driving through the forest, and suddenly we stopped. I went out and I asked my driver, what's wrong? He said, oh, there's a log in the road. Will you come out and help me move it? I said, yes, I will. I came out. As soon as I did, the guard jumped off from where he was, hit me in the head, tied me up, and said, where's the money? Give me the money. I said, well, you're my loyal driver. What? He said, listen, I know you have a safe in the carriage, and I know you have the combination to the safe. You'll save me a lot of trouble if you tell me the combination to the safe. If not, it doesn't make any difference because I'll just kill you and I'll leave you here, and I'll have to work for a few days, whatever, in order to open up the safe. But you'll save me a lot of time. If you tell me the combination, then I'll leave you here and I'll steal all the money. So I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. So he tied me up to a tree. And he took out a big hatchet, and he said, so I said, okay, I'll tell you the combination. Please don't kill me. And he said, okay, tell me. I gave him the combination. I told him where the safe was and this. He opened it up, took out all the money, all the jewels and everything like that. And he started to drive away. And then he came back and he said, listen, what am I doing? He said, I'm so stupid. I'm going to drive away. If you live, somebody finds you, then you'll tell on me. I'm going to kill you right now. Leave no evidence. And then for sure I'll be able to get away. I'll give you up to 10. I started to scream, please, please don't kill me. Please, I'll give you anything you want to. Please let me live. I promise I won't tell the police. I started screaming. And I said, I started to pray. I said, God, please, if you only save me from this evil person, if you save me, I promise I will give all of my fortune. I'll give 10,000 rubles to charity. I'll give all of my fortune, everything I have. I'll give everything I have to charity. And all of a sudden, shots rang out. I opened up my eyes, and the Baron, whatever, had been on a hunting expedition. He saw the whole thing, that I was tied up and I was screaming, and he shot in the air, and his men came and arrested my guard, took him back. And I forgot the whole thing. And now I came to you. Suddenly I remembered that I had made this oath that I'm going to give all my money to charity. The Baal Shem Tov said, listen, you at first said 10,000 rubles. 10,000 rubles is enough. Give 1,000 rubles to Zev Kitzis for the wedding, for the dowry, and the other 9,000 distribute to charity. What 10,000? He said there. As soon as he said that, he said, of course, he gave the $1,000, 1,000 rubles to Reb Zev Kitzis. There was a knock on the door. Who came? The other family came. Hello, greetings. He said, here's your 1,000 rubles. So the Baal Shem Tov knew somehow or other, Baruch HaKodesh, and that this man had made this vow and that he was going to come exactly at that time in order to complete the marriage. And so it will be the marriage between God and the Jewish people will be exactly at the right time. And although we're waiting and we are impatient, for sure it's going to come. Have a good day with Mashiach now.